Welcome to Narc Abuse No More, where we're here to help educate you about narcissistic abuse because your feelings do matter. Hi, welcome to another podcast of Narc Abuse No More with your host, Doctor and Evangelist, K.O. Rich. Thanks for tuning in today. Today is Wednesday. Yes, it is Wednesday, October the 12th of 2022. I pray that you've had a blessed, stress-free, narcissistic-free, abuse-free week so far, and that the remainder of this week will continue to be so as well. But if not, we're going to be talking about a few things today. Again, my name is Dr. K.O. Rich with Narc Abuse No More, where we're here to help you admit what you feel in order to heal from the effects of narcissistic abuse, because your feelings do matter. Yes, they do. But before we go on with today's podcast, I'd like to invite you to visit us on our website at www.narcabusenomore.org. Again, that website address is www.narcabusenomore.org, or you can type in narcissistic-abuse-no-more.com. Again, that's narcissistic-abuse-no-more.com. And on our website, you'll find valuable information regarding narcissism, relationships, and if you have missed any of these podcasts, you can also catch them on our website. Now, just to let you know, we are on 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Central on SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, Google Play, iTunes, Deezer, Castbox. We're also on Amazon Rumble. Well, why I keep saying Amazon Rumble? We're on Amazon Audible, and we're on Rumble, YouTube, and some other ones that I probably didn't name. But anyway, what you can do is you can download us on your favorite app or whatever platform you listen to us from, and then put us in your favorite so that it will alert you to whenever we post new content, and that way you won't forget and miss out. And if you have missed any, guess what? Just catch us in the archives. All right. We're trying to also build up our YouTube channel, so if you have not subscribed to us on YouTube, please take a moment to subscribe to us on YouTube. All right, what are we talking about today? We're talking about ways to boost your mental health. Now, let me just say this. There are a lot of people who are dealing with many different issues. Okay, we know that things are going up in the economy, and things are just all around, just maybe shaking and breaking all around you. We want you to still stay in good mental health, optimum mental health, because let me just say this. Some people are letting some things get to them, and they going a little on the left side, and you don't want that to happen to you. And so we're going to talk about some things to help you boost your mental health. You might have been dealing with this narcissist, this toxic individual. You may have been dealing with an abuser, and it has taken a toll on your mental stability, your mental health, and you're saying, how do I get back on track? What can I do in order to make sure that I don't let the stress, the anxiety, the different things, the worry, frustration, all the things that's going on around you, how can I go about not allowing it to affect me? So we're going to talk about that today. Some ways in order to boost your mental health. And as always, I love to give you a website where you can get some valuable information from mentalhealthamerica.com. Mental Health America, I'm sorry, not .com. Mental Health America, their website is www.mhanational.org, and we're talking about ways to boost your mental health. So number one of the things that is a great thing to do to boost your mental health is to write down what you have achieved. Because sometimes we can be so hard on ourselves. And you might say, okay, I'm failing at this, I'm failing at that. Well, you know what? Sometimes it's good to say, you know what? I may not have done so well with this, but I did wonderful over here. So sometimes you need to track your achievements in a journal and say, okay, well, you know what? For example, you might be taking a class, and you might not have done so well in one class. For example, you may not be a science person, but you did well in some other classes. You might have done well in your for American literature class, or you might have done well in your history class, or you might have done well in your foreign language class, or whatever the case may be. You might say, well, you know what, I didn't do so well in this, got the grade that I want, but guess what, I got all these A's and B's in this one. This one might be a C, but I got all A's. Well, guess what, that's what you do. Offset that with whatever that negativity with the good things that you have achieved. And when you know that, when you look at that list, you say, well, you know what, I didn't do so well here, but look at all these achievements that I did do well in. Then that helps you to not beat yourself up over something that may not have worked. For example, I am in a statistics class I think I've talked to you all about for this semester. And this has not been my best class because I don't even know why I took it. I'm not good in statistics. I'm not good in numbers or whatever. But you know what? My doctorate degree that I graduated with last year, as you all know, I believe it was a 3.9 or 4.0 GPA. So, and I'm changing programs right now. So I'll be starting a new program in January. But guess what? Okay, this is not my best class. I don't know if I'm winding up with a C or a B out this class at the end of the semester, which is this is last week. I don't know what. Right now I'm dangling between the C and the B. I don't know which one I'm gonna get. However, it don't matter to me at this point because first of all, I'm switching programs anyway, and second, I've done so well with all my other classes. You know, whenever you have a master's program or a postdoctorate, or a postgraduate degree, you have to at least have a B or higher. So that means that if you have came out with that, you had to do something right. All right. So again, mark down your achievements. Number 2. Start off your day with something healthy and nutritious, or for me, I love a cup of coffee, and it might not be the best. Some people say it's good for you, some people say it's not. As long as you're not a caffeine addict. But the thing is, start off with something that is healthy, nutritious, or something that just takes you over the moon when you drink it. Whether that's a smoothie or something like that. Some people say drink a smoothie, have a nutritious muffin or something like that to get your day started. Number 3. If you are able to take a vacation, sometimes you got to get away. In the vacation, you might say, well, I need a getaway, but I can't afford to go on a cruise or something like that. Sometimes a getaway may be just going into a different city, maybe staying at a hotel for a few days or something of that nature. Sometimes a getaway could be even in your own home. If you live by yourself, you say, you know what, I'm not going anywhere this weekend. I'm not answering no phone. I just tell people, hey, it's not to expect to hear from me, and I'm just gonna close myself in, have a shut-in with me, myself, and I, read a good book, drink some tea, some coffee, take a hot bath, put some candles, have your own getaway, because that you just, the thing is that you want something that's gonna bring you some peace of mind, and many people today don't have that peace of mind, and we all, as the Bible says, we want that peace that surpasses all understanding. And so make sure that you have that peace of mind. Nothing, you can't pay enough for peace of mind. Some people want peace of mind, but they can't get it. So make sure that you have that peace of mind. And when you have peace of mind, and this is what we're talking about here, is doing things that can help to bring you that peace of mind. And when you have that, then you're doing good. Number 4, work your strengths. All of us are not good at everything, okay? I'm a jack of all trades, but let me just say this. There's some things that I don't do well, but hey, I'm going to work on those things that I do well. Don't focus on the things that you don't do well. Focus on the things that you do well, and it helps to build your self-confidence. Tackle a task. Let me just say this. The other day, I've been working on doing some projects in my home, and so I had did this peel and stick paper on my walls. And you know what? Just taking on small tasks, doing things that you know is going to make you be at peace. And let me just say this too. Sometimes you may not be able to go anywhere to get a getaway, but you might say, you know what? I'm going to do some things in my house to make it feel like I'm getting away. You know, do some project that's going to give your room a new look, your bedroom a new look, or your living room a new look, and it's going to bring you some peace just to look at it. Just little things like that can help you. So work on your strengths, and when you do something like working on your strengths, whatever it is that you're good at, it helps to bring self-confidence. Number 5, keep it cool for a good night's sleep. One of the things I do at night is I love to sleep up under covers, but sometimes, you know, it might be a little warmer, whatever the case may be. So make sure that you're getting a good night's rest. Make sure your temperature is good. If you need some extra fans, for those of us who go in and out of hot to cold, make sure that you're able to get a good night's sleep, because that will also help your mental health. And sleep is important. Sleep is important. Let me just move to something else. Another thing that you may find of benefit is to experiment with something that you may not have done before. Whether it's maybe cooking a recipe, maybe it's joining an art class, a workout class, maybe trying to paint. Try something new. You'll be surprised at how trying something new can help to de-stress you in a lot of ways, where you're putting your energy into learning some new project rather than worrying about what's not working right in your life. So focus, redirect that energy and that attention towards something that you can do positively. If you like to learn a new recipe, and I love experimenting with new recipes. And so when you like to, if you want to learn a new recipe, and you may not, for example, may not have cooked a chicken pot pie from scratch, so try to cook a chicken pot pie from scratch, or bake a loaf of bread, or whatever it is that you find of interest. It's nice to start off or try to experiment with doing something new. Another thing that's good to do for your mental health is to show some love to someone in your life. And this could be a total stranger. You can do something kind for someone. You may not have done anything for someone, and you might say, you know what, it's been a while since I've actually invested in someone. So maybe tutoring a child, maybe finding someone that you can mentor, do a mentorship with. Maybe find for the holidays, for example. Have you ever invited someone that may not have anyone, that they may come over to your home, and invite them over to your home? Because so often we get caught up with people that bring frustration and tension and friction in your life or whatever. But sometimes it's good to just, hey, you might decide, you know what, I'm going to invite some people that I have never invited before, or invite some associate or somebody, and just do a different change. You get stuck in a ritual, a routine, and sometimes if you just change things a little bit. I know a lot of people have drama and have anxiety when it comes to the holidays, because they feel like, oh, I got to be around family and different ones. Well, hey, why not just change up a little bit and invite somebody to your home and maybe cook for them, and you can change that up so you don't have to deal with the anxiety or the friction or whatever else may come into your life. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a moment.
I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just the sum of every high and every low? Remind me once again just who I am, because I need to know. Ooh, oh, you say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I'm strong when I think I'm weak. And you say I'm held when I am falling short. And when I don't belong, oh, you say I am yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe the only thing that matters now is everything you think of me. In you I find my worth, in you I find my identity. Ooh, oh, you say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I'm strong when I think I'm weak. And you say I'm held when I am falling short. When I don't belong, oh, you say I am yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. Oh, I believe. Taking all I have and now I'm laying it at your feet. You'll have every failure, God. You'll have every victory. Ooh, you say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I'm strong when I think I'm weak. You say I'm held when I am falling short. When I don't belong, oh, you say I'm yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe, oh, I believe, yes, I believe what you say of me. I believe.
And that is You Say by Lauren Daigle. All right. So we're still talking about tips to boost your mental health. How many times you have felt in life that you might have been drowning, everything around you seems to be going wrong, and you like, I don't know what to do, I don't know where to turn, and I just feel like everything is coming up against me and I'm just drowning. Well, guess what? You don't have to drown. There is help. There is help. And there's little things that you can do to help to come out of that place of feeling as if you are drowning. Another thing that is so good to do is talking to someone and telling someone your story. And sometimes you may feel like, well, I don't have anything to say. And most of us, we have a lot to say. Have you ever thought about doing a blog? You don't even have to use your real name, but do a blog and tell people your story, because guess what? you might think you're the only one, but there is a community of people who are just like you, and they can benefit from hearing your story. Again, you don't have to use your real name. You can blog anonymously and tell people about the things and the struggles that you've gone through in your life. And just think, when you release that, it helps not only you, but it also helps someone else. And many foundations and many causes have been started because of someone who was going through a situation, and they decided, hey, you know what, I'm going to make something out of this situation, not let it be a negative. I'm going to make something out of this situation where it's going to help somebody else who was going through. Another thing that is good to do to help you mentally is to take some time to laugh. Sometimes we deal with so many different things where life is so serious. And yes, it's going to be serious all by itself, but sometimes it's good to laugh. Hang out with somebody that can bring out the humor in you, or watch a clean comedy show, because some of these shows aren't clean. A clean comedy show, or go to something, maybe a comedy, a Christian comedy, or something that can make you laugh, because laughter is medicine. Laughter reduces anxiety. It can help reduce worry and panic and stress. Sometimes just hanging around funny people that has humor, because God made us all different, and some people just have that natural ability to make people laugh, and God caused them, he made them to be like that, to bring somebody joy. So don't take it for granted, those who are always seemingly in high spirits, because sometimes they can help to lift your spirit. Another thing is to sometimes go off grid, and I mentioned this briefly earlier. Sometimes it's good to turn the phone off. Disconnect from the emails. Don't have be on social media. Sometimes just go off grid, where you just say, you know what, I'm just gonna have some peace. I'm not gonna worry about anything. I'm just gonna enjoy just having that peace, where I'm not in no kind of frustration, or allowing somebody to frustrate me. No drama. And going off grid. One of the things, you have people that live off grid, and guess what? They're not on social media. They're not dealing with all the cell phones. They're living just simple lives, and it's good to be able to do that. You might think, how if you think back and you remember the time when you didn't have a phone at your hip. I remember those days. I grew up where there were no cell phones at the time. I think cell phones really started coming into play when I was like 18, 19, maybe somewhere around there, or whatever. It could have been sooner than that, but I'm just talking about where a lot of people at the time there were pagers, and we would page somebody. But it's good to sometimes just go off grid, where you don't have any outside distractions. Another thing when it comes to boosting your mental health is doing some work. Let me just say this, work can help you to redirect and take your focus off of things, whether it's yard work, whether it's cleaning the house, doing some housework, doing some chores. They can help you to de-stress, and even going to, let me just say this, moving to another area, going to the gym, taking a walk, getting some exercise can help to de-stress you. And it has a lot of bonuses. Not only does exercise help you lose weight, but it also helps your heart, keep your heart in shape, and it helps to take off some of that stress. Some of you need a punching bag, okay? You need to get you a punching bag in the basement of your house, and instead of punching somebody, you use that punching bag. That's what it's meant for, to help you to de-stress, to redirect that anger, that bitterness, that resentment, whatever it is that you are dealing with. Another thing that is so good to to do is to have a pet. Now, some of you may be allergic to pets, but sometimes pets help to ease the burdens in life, to de-stress you. You have your little furry friend, whether it's a cat, it could be a goldfish, okay? But you're going to talk to the goldfish through the screen. Through the glass. But to have a furry friend, I have a dog, and her name is Taffy. And Taffy, she's a German Shepherd, and she is just so lovable. I love her to death. She is so lovable. She loves to give me hugs, and she's a protector too. The girl dogs, they say, are more aggressive than even the male dogs when it comes to the German Shepherds. But she is such a great companion to have. And then I have two cats. One is named Twinkle and one is named Twilight. Twinkle's the boy, Twilight's the girl. And it is so great to have animals. And one thing about animals is that they accept you regardless of what. You might say, I'm dealing with all these different people. But sometimes it's better to talk to a pet than it is to talk to a human being. Of course, the pet can't talk back in the sense of a human being, as a human being would. But they're so much love. There's so much love when you're talking about pets. And so they can help you also to be in a better state of mind. They are, one of the things that's recommended is that, older people, when they live by themselves, to get a pet, because at least they have somebody that they can care for, to take care of, someone as a companion, and then they're not as lonely as they would be if they didn't have anyone. Another thing that is good to do is to be a tourist in your own town. You might have not, there may be some places in your town, and I know I still have to go some places in my town that you have never been. So go on your own tourist attraction. Go to some places. It might be a restaurant that you never met that might be in a corner, a nook and corner somewhere. Go enjoy it. It might be a place that you've never been to that may have art on display. Go enjoy that. There are so many different things to do. You may not have ever been been to a race car, track. You never seen the competition with the race cars, or maybe horse racing. I'm not talking about putting up bets and all that. I'm talking about just to go enjoy doing some fun, a ball game, something that you're really going to enjoy doing. Sometimes just having a little fun. Go to the park, go to the beach, go to the zoo. Okay, go communicate with the lions. Okay, so there are so many things that you can do to help bring about some peace of mind. We're going to take another quick break, and we'll be back in just a moment. the Spinners. I love some of that old music because it was clean. You didn't have a bunch of garbage and a lot of it, and it just nice, relax, and that's something to do too. Listen to some music. I'm talking about some clean stuff. I ain't talking about that crazy stuff that whatever they got out nowadays. I don't even listen to it, but listen to some clean music. Music can do wonders for the spirit, whether it's opera, some jazz, some instrumental, whatever the case may be. One thing we're going to, we won't have time to go through all of this today, but we'll do this another time. But one thing that's so important is that do something with people that appreciate you, value you, whether it's friends, whether it's family, and sometimes it won't be friends and it won't be the family, but it'll be outside people. But whoever values you, do something with people, spend some time with those that you can actually enjoy to de-stress. A cookout, a family dinner, go to the park, go to a game, have some fun. Sometimes we don't have fun with one another. There used to be a time when families would sit around the table and eat, without the television, sit around the table and play board games. Most people probably don't even know, most young folks probably don't even know what that is anymore. But it's good to go back to those old things that we used to do back in the day in order to just have fun and de-stress and get away from all the drama. Sometimes you got to even get out of the news. If you're a person that watch news every time it turns around, you watching news, because a lot of times it's bad news, and sometimes, not to say that you don't keep up with what's going on, because we do need to be open to what's going on in our society today, but sometimes it's good to take a break from the news. All news is not good news, and sometimes it can affect people's emotion, affect your emotions, affect your stress levels in ways that you may not even be aware of. So take a break from the news sometimes and just say, you know what, today I'm not going to watch any news. Today I'm just going to relax and enjoy a good book, and whatever's going on is going to go on, and there's nothing I can do about it. But today I'm going to just take a break. And last but not least for today is pray. I believe in the power of prayer, and we know that when we have a relationship with God, He's the one that brings peace. He's the one that helps us to have that peace of mind. And so many people are dealing with various issues because they don't have a peace of mind. And one of the things that helps to boost your mental health is having a peace of mind that you can only get in God. And when you have that relationship and you pray, and sometimes even fasting, and take time to listen to what God has to say, then it will help you, and He will help you boost your mental health emotionally and your physical health, and sometimes your emotional health and your mental health is one of the reasons that the physical health declines. But we know that we serve a God who is able to do more and exceedingly great things, abundantly great things in our lives. And so if you want that mental health to improve, increase, you want to be happy, then have a prayer life. I will always say, talk to Jesus, and He will make everything all right. All right, we are up out of here today. I pray that today's podcast has been a blessing to you, and that you would know that, hey, guess what? Your feelings, they do matter. This is Dr. K.O. Rich with Narc Abuse No More, helping you to admit what you feel in order to heal from the effects of narcissistic abuse. Until next time.